these pull vectors up a bit so I get a bit more of that. That should do it. Okay, so that's essentially the legs. Let's see what that looks like. That's essentially the legs. The legs look a bit like this. Okay. Is that one banging into that one? I don't know if I have to. I might have to make, and then I can see these two legs are banging in a little bit, so it's easy. I'm just going to shift this one by shifting the whole curve again. I'm going to pull this forward. I'm still keeping the stride length. I'm just pulling it forward a little bit in the Z, so the feet don't bang into each other. There we go. Works better. Okay, so that's the legs done essentially, more or less. And then the next thing you want to do is get some motion on the body itself. Let's see, this is quite a good rig, so I want some up and down motion on this. You don't want it completely level, so let's see, what are we going to do? Maybe we have, I'll pick a leg that I'm going to see this. I think this back leg is going to pull it forward, so let's just say I'm going to key it on 1, key it on 19. I can probably swap this, and then with this coming up, I'm going to lift this up a bit like so, and I'm going to drop these down a wee bit on the front, just so we get. Let's see what this looks like. These two are going to have to be the same. I'm just going to loop this, so we've got this kind of. Now, obviously, it's always very good to be looking at your. Looking at your video reference.
Injected when they bite.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of run with this. So we've got a kind of up and down motion a little bit. It's always it's probably going to be up and down and forward motion too. So I'm gonna have it kind of twisting forward as well, so there's going to be a little bit more going on. Let me drop this down and loop this, so we've got this kind of motion. Yeah, okay, that kind of up and down. Now what I'm then going to do is, it's quite good to try and offset things. It gets a little bit of motion into it. So I've got this very basic up and down motion on the body. Now I'm going to take these curves. I'm just going to make sure this has got the same. The axes and this bit are the same. They appear to be. So I'm going to take this curve. These two curves. I'm going to copy this. Let's go copy. And now I'm going to offset this, so this is going to do what the body's doing, but it's going to affect it a little bit later, maybe frame 3. I'm going to paste this on frame 3, and I'm just going to loop this. I'll just make sure this is I can see that's a little bit off. Let's move that up a bit. So I've got this, so see, we've got this kind of motion now. Okay, and then I'm also going to do something else. It's always good to try and use as many axes as possible to make this interesting. I'm going to twist it slightly too in the X. So I'm going to, on the lift up here with a foot, so let's see, we're going to have it going, let's twist it this way, X, and I'll have get rid of that. I'm going to have it the same here, and then on 10 I'm going to twist this in the opposite direction, so maybe a little bit more like this. I wonder, maybe it's a little bit too much. If it's too much, you can always bring it down using this. So you can scale things down, so just to make it right. So you've got that. Now, I'm also going to rotate it slightly in the Y. So I want it to rotate when this foot is when this foot is forward. So let's see, number one, when this foot is forward, I want this twisted more this way, and likewise it'll be the same here. So 19 it'll be here, and at 10, when this foot is forward, I'm going to twist it in the opposite direction. So it'll be, the opposite. It'll be something like this. Is it? Let's see. Oh, whoops! No, it's the other way. Sorry, my mistake. It's that way, and so this. So let's say this is just over 2, and this must be just about -2. So there we go, like that. And this might, again, it's probably too much. It's better to, I always think it's better to do a little bit too much and then bring it down a bit. Okay, so let's just go like this. So there we go, this, okay? Right, so it's beginning to look a bit more spidery now. But the good thing about this model is we also have lots of other controls that we can use as well. Try and get some motion into this. So let's see, we've got this up and down. I wonder if we pull. What I might do is I might let's see, sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add. We've got these rotational controls on this here on these ones. But what I'm going to do is the up and down motion of the body, which is on this control here. This one, this up and down motion in the Y. I'm going to take this and paste this onto the Z rotation. So we get a kind of a bit of a bobble on the back of its abdomen. So I'm going to go in and take the up and down motion here. I'm just going to copy this, edit, copy as a frame, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to frame, say 3, and then I'm going to press S to get a key, and then on the Z I'm going to edit, paste this, so you get a little bit of movement in the Z, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. This time I'm going to go to 5, or I'll try it in 6, and I'll paste this on the Z and loop it. I wonder if I have to make these a bit bigger so I can see it. That's another thing I may have to do. I'll select both of them. I'm just going to select the rotate Z, so I'm just going to increase it so I can see it. Let's see if that does anything. I might also take this and move it one more. Oops. So I've offset it more, so it's more like, that might be better. Okay, so I've done that 7, and then I'll copy this again, edit, copy. I've scaled it up, and I'm going to go to 10 this time, and I'm going to put it on the rotate Z. Yeah, that seems to be correct. Edit, paste, and then I'm just going to have a look. Yeah, I might even increase this a bit more. I might increase this one as well. So yeah, I'm always kind of just playing around with the curves, see if I can make it a bit bigger or more noticeable. And then finally I'm going to go to this, and I'll do this with 10. It can be on 14. I'll go edit, paste. Oops, no. Let's go on the try one more time. So I'll just copy this again. The Z, edit, copy. I'll go to here, go to 14, press S to get some keys, and I'll go to the Z and go edit, paste. Let's see what this looks like. I'm going to try and crack these up even more so I can see them. So I just select them all. It's a rotate Z. Oh, hang on, let's try one more time. This, 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 and this. Okay, so that. Interesting. Let's do one more time. This, I've got one there. Get one here. Got one here, and I've got one there. Okay. So there, there, there. For some reason I'm not getting. They're not all showing up. Ah, it's this one here. Ah, this is maybe the problem. So I've got one here. This starts at frame 7. And then I want one starting at frame 10. I thought I had one starting at frame 10. I'll just copy this. Edit, copy. I'm going to go to this one now. Press S. And I paste it on. Edit, edit, paste. And now I'm going to make sure this is looping. And I'm going to now I'll select them all together. The rear, this, and this. That's better. I can select them all in this view, and I can just increase them all slightly. So just pull them up a bit so I can see stuff happening a bit more. I think this one needs to go up quite a bit. Okay, so then you got this more of a kind of slight bobble in this, which looks a little bit better. Okay, so yeah, and okay, so that's essentially it. I mean, you can always add bits more. I mean, I haven't bothered adding any animation to the mandibula. So at the front, I think that's what you call them, of the spider. You know, the kind of teeth that it used to kill prey. And then just to get it to go, because all of these are, because I've animated it in such a way that these are all coming back at the same speed, then I can just take this controller here. I'm just going to press S, and I'm going to go to, say, frame 8 something. I'm going to move it forward a little bit, like so. And then I'm going to make sure that this is linear. And then I'm going to cycle with offset after and cycle with offset before, just so I get a straight line. And then I'm just going to adjust this so that the spider's walking at the right speed. And it should... Oh, so I'll have to lower this down quite a bit. It's a bit too fast. Let's see, a bit too fast still. Let's go back to this, lower it down a bit. So just go here again, lower it down. And just to show you, so I can... It's when these legs stop slipping. Now I can see they're sliding backwards. You see it's moving backwards. So that means, just looking at this leg here, it's moving too slowly. So I have to make that move a bit faster now. So I'll see it now. It's almost sticking there. It's moving back very slightly. Let's move it forward a little bit. Now look at that. You see now. Just have a quick look at that leg. I can see there's an extra point here which is throwing it off. It's normally something that will. So that looks better now. This one's coming back a bit too. Let's pull this back a bit more. Okay, so I got this. So look at this now. Anyway, so there we go. So now, if I was to look at this spider and turn it off, you know, it might be going up a wall or something. We have this. I'll just what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this is. I'll go back to this and I'll increase this to say 100. This is all cycling, so we'll just walk away. So now, yeah, we'll just get rid of those points. You have the kind of creepy spider walk. And another thing I might do in this situation to make this a bit. I mean, there's lots of things you can do. Obviously, you can make the legs look better, having them coming down a bit harder and a bit faster. But one thing I sometimes do is just to make it look a little bit more organic. I will sometimes, so that the legs don't necessarily, so that, for example, these legs don't twin quite so much. I might slip, say, this leg, as opposed to having it happening on one. I might slip this to 3, for example, and this leg, as opposed to having it happening on, actually maybe I'll slip it by 2. I said 3, didn't I? So maybe I'll slip it by 2. Maybe no, I slipped it by 2 to get it to 3. Okay, so this one I'm going to slip it by 2 as well. So I'm going to have this one going on 12. And likewise, you know, these two legs are meant to be the same, but I'm going to slip this one also by 2. And I'm going to slip this one by 2 as well. Just so that they're not exactly moving together as a pair, but slightly off. I mean, I think it makes it look a little bit more organic looking. None polygons. So then you've got this. Yeah, so you get the spider, and yeah, I think you can, you know, you can make this, you can do something a lot nicer than this with a bit more time and trying to get nice kind of rotations and offset movement and using layers. Okay, well, I hope this is of use.